Careful, careful. He's right in there. Are you recording?
Yeah.
He's right there. You see him? You see him? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. What's up, Jungle Squad? It's your boy Jungle Jordan, and back here again with another special video for you guys. I have a new segment called Backyard Animal Treasures. Everyone is always so excited to find exotic animals in zoos, but tend to forget about the animals that they can find in their backyard. So today I'm going to showcase some of those animals. But first, I got to change it to my adventure gear. All right, I got my gear on. I got my nice wild hat, my vest, my Jungle Jordan shirt, my khakis, and my Merrill boots. But I also got my trusty snake hook. I might not find any snakes to really use it with, but it makes me look cool. So there's that. Oh, I also brought a field guide. These really come in handy because I don't know every animal out there in the world, and I'm assuming you guys don't know either. So these will really help you classify some of the animals out there. You guys ready? Let's go. Okay, you guys, I got something special planned for today. I have a challenge for myself. I really want to find amphibians because they're really hard to find. So I'm gonna try to find maybe a frog or some salamanders. Let's see what we can get. All right, let's go. Okay, you guys, I just wanted to show you guys this real quick. This stuff right here is really dangerous. This is all hazardous right here. Do not touch this. It's called stinging nettles. So this stuff right here, they have little barbs underneath the leaves and on the stems of the stalks of the leaves. And if you touch that, it's really irritating to your skin, and it can just last there for hours, and it's so painful, and it's not fun to have. You'll survive, but it just doesn't feel good. One little wives' tale I think of how you can kind of, alleviate that pain is if you're out in the wilderness still, get the back of like a sword fern and rub the spores of that sword fern on the infected area, because it just really doesn't feel good, and it's not fun. So this right here is what I was talking about. So if you lift underneath, there are these little individual spores there, and this is the part you rub on your skin. And I love this because these are new growth leaves. You see how they curl out like that? I love seeing sword ferns in forests because it reminds me of like Jurassic Park or something. It just looks so prehistoric. If you think about it, ferns haven't changed in millions of years. These virtually have stayed the same. They haven't had to change. They have adapted to the environment, and they're amazing.
Okay, as we start this journey, we really want to focus on all the wildlife around us. Be mindful of your surroundings because everything around you is beautiful. All the different sounds. But we have to remember why we're here. We are looking for amphibians.
Okay, so a lot of times in these little stagnant little pools like this, frogs will tend to come in here, hang out, and lay their egg masses. And they do a lot of, because actually right now it's springtime. I've been hearing a lot of frogs around lately. And I've been hearing a lot of Pacific tree frogs. They have a very distinct call. And this is like perfect, really still water for them to hang out. But cool thing about Pacific tree frogs is they're really good at like hanging out in dry areas as well. So like they'll hang up in trees for a while, which is why they're called Pacific tree frogs. So they hang out in the trees. But I haven't seen any movement yet. So, and it's really, the visual quality of this pool is non-existent. So let's go on and see what else we can find. Ooh, there might be a nice fallen log over there. Let's go up in there. So, I mean, the log is not too far away, but as I do this, you don't want to stray too far from the path. It's okay to kind of, go off a little bit, but just, mind your surroundings. Oh my God. The craziest thing about all this is deer move through this stuff so easily, like with ease. Like they're bounding all nice and smooth through it. And me, I'm struggling just to make it past 5 steps. So one thing I also like to do while I'm down here is I like to look through the leaf litter because amphibians like salamanders will hide in areas like this. And so I'll just walk through and like flip over. So I found a little millipede here. I'm not sure the species, but it is very adorable. And I hope he doesn't, millipedes don't usually bite, but they in theory can. Anything with a mouth can bite. But he's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know this. I'm not really good with the invertebrates. Invertebrates are animals without a backbone. And he also has an exoskeleton. So his skeleton is on the outside, not like us, where it's on the inside. So he has a hard shell covering, and like, I don't know how many, that's a lot of legs. Let's try to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's too many, I'm not sure. So, okay, we'll go ahead and release this guy. But there's a lot of little guys you can find out here. There we go, buddy. All right, see you later. So up there ahead of the trail, right ahead of us, is the American robin, one of the most common birds in North America that you will see almost everywhere. And they're pretty awesome little birds, and they're really known for I like the way they run. They do like a little bit of stop. I really love watching them. They're so adorable to me, and they're just awesome.
Again, if you don't know what animal you are looking at, just leave it alone. No reason to pick it up, especially that little millipede, which can produce cyanide.
So it's just crazy what people tend to miss when they're walking through the forest, you know, like they just will, go on little trails and missing. Oh my God, look. Hold on. It's a banana slug. So these are a large land mollusk base. That's what slugs are, they're land mollusks. And this guy, they are one of the largest ones in North America, especially over here in the Pacific Northwest. They can get about 10 inches long. Really interesting thing about these guys is that their slime has a lot of chemical properties. And one of those properties will make your tongue go numb. So predators tend to leave them alone if they learn. They can get about 10 inches long. This one seems to be pretty small, but they get that name banana slug just for the coloration. They can get it as this pretty vibrant yellow, and they will have these black spots in their body just like bananas get as the bananas age.
Bird alert, bird alert, bird alert.
So we can't see them, you guys, but I'm really excited right now. So I just saw 2 bald eagles. I actually heard them first. So that's kind of the cool thing when I'm walking through here. I try to be as quiet as possible, and they have a very distinct. I didn't want to talk because I want you guys to be able to hear them. It's like, I can't do it, but no, I love. Do you hear them? So bald eagles are one of the main animals that got me into my passion for wildlife. I used to sit in my backyard and watch the eagles. We had a nesting pair of eagles that would come back every year to this huge tree by Lake Washington. And they would come back and raise their babies, and they just fly out. It was fly off. It was so cool. And that was a pair that I saw overhead. I love bald eagles. I really do. I get kind of weird about that one. Whoop. We're good. Look at this massive thing behind me. This is an old tree stump. Look how giant it is. I'm not a small guy. I'm about 6'4". And this thing, just the stump alone is taller than me. Look how wide around it is. So I think this was an old western red cedar. You can tell it's a western red cedar just because of this reddish bark. I'm fairly certain that's what it is. It's so amazing. I wonder what kind of sound this would have made when this fell down on that windy day. Now, actually, I have a question for you guys. If a tree falls in the forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Well, actually, yes, it does, because science doesn't stop just because we're not there. So we're here. I know this is like a really quick running stream, and a lot of different salamander species like to live in streams like this. So I really want to get down there because I really want to find a salamander. I love salamanders, and they're one of the animals that I don't get to find very often. So let's get down there. So I love the sound, because this water is definitely coming from a waterfall or some kind of quick running, flowing water. And I know a lot of different salamander species will live in beneath the rocks in here. So I'm gonna lift a couple over and we'll see if we can find something.
This one? No. This one? No. This one? No. Let's try over here. Nothing. I'm having a lot of bad luck on this trip, you guys. So we're making our way towards the end of the trail where there is a nice giant waterfall. It was amazing. It was such a beautiful sight, and I was just about done with our journey. I kind of had just said, hey, we probably won't find amphibians today, but then all of a sudden I saw something.
Careful, careful. He's right in there. Are you recording? Yeah. He's right there. You see him? You see him? Okay. Okay. Here we go. Ready? Yeah. Okay. So, right at the end of the trip, I'm not hurting him here. I just have his legs a little bit. I'm not holding very hard. But what he will try to do is he will try to puff up and look a little big. So he like, oh wait, I'm too big to be eaten.
Northern red-legged frogs tend to be a bit quieter and are easier to hide from humans.
So they have extremely powerful leg muscles. So he could easily get away if once I let him go. But one thing that he looks a little younger possibly, or he's still in that color more, is as they age, they'll get these black bands like going across their face and eye. So he looks to be a little younger here. But so that's pretty awesome. We found a little frog here. I was really hoping to find one. So I think he's had enough of me. He's ready to go. I'm gonna release him in the same area and kind of in this general area where I found him. He was up here when he first came in, but he jumped out. But here he goes. Okay, all right, you guys. So I was a little bit confused, but this is when the amphibian field guide comes in handy because I can look. There's a couple different species of frog that looks very similar. So the Pacific tree frog usually has this very prominent stripe that comes down its eye, which I thought I saw on the frog that we had. And they come in a lot of different colors. So brown, green is one of the main colors like that. But what I'm thinking is that it could be a different frog. I'm thinking it could be either a red-legged frog or a Cascades frog, and it all depends on your location of where you are. So I think, let's see, because it kind of had this band. So all in all, I think it was a young frog. I do think it was young, so it probably didn't have all of its full coloration yet. So it's very possible it's a northern red-legged frog. I really don't know, you guys. It's really tough with young frogs, but I think we did a really good job. This is why these come in handy. All right, you guys, we made it here to this cool waterfall here at the end of the trail. We found a lot of cool animals today, some millipedes, some eagles, and our friend frog we named Jeffrey. He's my best friend now. Now, let me know if you guys go out there and find some cool animals on your own, because it's easy to find some stuff in your own backyard. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel. Till next time, it's your boy Jungle Jordan. I'm out.